Alright, back again, Luke here, and today what I wanted to do is actually help out a really great YouTuber. His name is El Chiapono. And if you've seen his videos at all, his recent video, he was talking about an old Game Boy that he had that he'd received, I think, from his girlfriend, is what he said. And it was like something that's been in the family, or her family, for a long time. And it has a lot of sentimental value to it. The problem is with his Game Boy is there's some lines that are going up here vertically in the screen, and it's cutting off some parts of the screen. So I figured I'd try and make this video here. This is actually a really good working Game Boy. And if we turn the power on here, you can see it. It works really nice. There's no problems with it as of right now. But if I mess around with it here, I might wind up breaking something. But just to make a video for him and all those who have these old Game Boys, sometimes you might have to sacrifice one to help many. So I'm willing to do that right now. But we'll give that a shot here. And let's see. Basic reason, probably, I'm assuming. I've fixed a lot of these older Game Boys, and what I found is it's the ribbon cable that actually attaches to the screen that over time the glue or the tape that's on there begins to peel off, and it doesn't make a connection with all of the points on it, and therefore you get the lines on the screen. So we'll take a look at the inside of that. First off, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to remove 6 screws on the back here. Now I've already taken out the screws, and you can see my cool hard-off batteries. Yes, they do sell batteries. And you're going to need a tri-wig screwdriver. Now, this tri-wig screwdriver I got when I ordered my mod chip for my Wii. It came with this. This was something that came with the Wii Key 2. So I got that for free. But it works just the same here on the Game Boy. But you're going to need a tri-wig screwdriver, unfortunately, because they use those tri-wig screws. And there's 4 up here, and there's 2 located underneath the batteries. So once you get those out, what we'll do is we'll flip the top part open here, and let's see here if we can get a better view. On this top part, you're going to notice it's held in by a ribbon cable to the back part. Now you don't have to worry about the back part. We'll leave the batteries in. We'll leave all the back circuit board connected as well, because we want to see where the screen is going bad and where we can try and fix that. But there's a million screws in this top part. There's one down here by the speaker, one up here next to the capacitor, one over here up top. There's many of these things in there, and I've left one in just to make it so it doesn't fall apart here. But in order to take these out, you're going to need like a micro Phillips screwdriver, and in order to get those out. So let's take out that last screw here. And one thing you want to do is make sure that you have something that's going to go in between these 2 circuit boards here. Because we're leaving the batteries in it and we're going to fold it shut to see where our problem is, what I like to use is sometimes I like to use just a piece of paper just to hold it in there. And then when we flip this board back, it's not going to ground out. So with our last screw gone, we should be able to get this thing off here. Now it might take a little bit of wiggling to get it off, but because that screen might be stuck in there pretty well. There we go. Okay. So we're going to flip this back like this. And like I said, I'm putting this piece of paper down because I don't want anything to ground out, because we're going to actually turn it on like this, and if you turn it on when you have it flipped over here, there's a good chance of shorting something out. So once you get this off here, what you're going to notice is on the screen itself, here's your ribbon cable that attaches to the screen. You're going to have a rubber bar here that goes across, and this is what holds the strap in place and also helps to make a better connection. Now what happens over time is this becomes a little bit loose, and as well as the strap on the bottom, it does peel back. And a couple of ways that you can go about fixing this. You can do it really simply and get something like a piece of paper or something that's a little bit thicker, and you can cut it to the same size as this. So maybe a good idea would be to get like a piece of cardboard, probably be a little bit stronger. Cut it to the same size as this. Make sure it doesn't overlay on top of the screen at all, and lay that on top. You can use some double-sided tape, and then when you put this thing back together, you can actually cause more pressure on that strap, and you can get all of the parts of the screen to work again. Another way is that you can just try and build this up by using some sort of compound like tape or like kind of glue, I suppose, to try and make this a little bit thicker. Basically, you want to find out where your point is that that's going bad. So we'll turn this thing back on here. And I might have to adjust the contrast here if I can find it. See if we can get this any closer here. Maybe I'll just hold this here. Okay, as you can see, it's working. Sometimes if you press on this strip, sometimes you can actually get the screen to go out, which is not something that we're trying to do, but let me see. Because this one's sealed down, it's not going to do it. In some cases, if you press along the bottom of this strip here, what you'll get is you'll get the lines to come through, and that's because there's an imbalance with the pins, and they're not making a balanced connection here. But yeah, doesn't look like I'm able to get it, unfortunately. But this is where your major problem is going to come from. It's going to come from this strip here. And if you notice you have a bar over here that's on the screen that's coming up this way, what I recommend doing is trying to press along this side here and see if you can get that to come back. Also, along the side here, there's also another strip which is really hard to see, but it's located underneath the plastic, and that's another ribbon that can actually wind up not working right with the horizontal. So if you have a horizontal line going through it, you might want to check this ribbon here. In order to do that, you have to kind of flip the screen back a little bit and play around with that. But in general, normally if you have a line that just went out on you and it's not working the way that you want it to, it's basically because it's not getting a good connection down here. So unfortunately, I can't show you it. I can't recreate the problem here. I wish I could. Because like I said, if you touch the bottom down here, you'll see a couple of lines start to show up, but in this case it's not doing it, so it must have a really good connection down there at the bottom. But if you do have a problem with the lines going up here, what I recommend is, you can even run a fingernail across this rubber piece here, and you'll watch the lines come back. And in some cases you can get them back, you can get the screen back to perfect shape. In other cases you can't fix the screen totally, so this isn't a 100% guaranteed fix, but it is a fix that I've used to repair a few different Game Boys, and it does work for the most part. But like everything, there is a chance that it won't work. But if you're kind of at your wit's end and you're wondering how you can get your screen back into shape, that's one way to do it. Well, hopefully it'll help him out, and as well as anybody else who's having a problem with these older Game Boys. Like I said, what you want to do is just build up some either some cardboard or something here on this strip. When you put it back together and you put it back in the top part of the case here, what that's going to do is whatever you put in there is going to stick here to this top part. It's going to stick to the plastic on the front here, and it's going to cause more pressure. So if you have an even displaced pressure along that strip, you have a better chance of getting everything to work again. But just want to show you that, and yeah, that's all for me. But like always, I'll put up another video here soon, so thanks for watching.